Now we are going to demonstrate to you the way in which the EVM is going to be there on the poll day. So you need to know the essential things that are there for the EVM. EVM normally used to be only the control unit from where as the voter comes in, he is told to show the identify himself, then the mark is put on his forefinger, subsequently goes to third polling officer gets the slip, voter slip, and then he presses the ballot button. Subsequently, the voter goes to the secret compartment. Inside the secret compartment, we used to have the balloting unit. The balloting unit has the name, serial number, name and symbol of the candidate. Against it there is a blue button. The voter on his choice will press the blue button. Once the blue button is pressed, the red light glows and then a beep sound comes indicating that the vote has been registered, and the registered vote is incorporated in the control unit. That's how we used to have the election. Now a new gadget has been introduced into the voting machine, and it's called the VVPAT. It is a voter verifiable paper audit trail. Now when a vote is cast, earlier the machine used to record it, and the voter does not know where he has cast, whether it's gone to the same candidate. That is why they needed a new instrument, which is actually a printer. It is called a VVPAT. As the voter presses the button against the choice of his candidate, then immediately the light glows there, and subsequently the VVPAT generates the slip. The slip is shown in this illuminated window. It remains there for 7 seconds, and the slip, the name, serial number, the name of the candidate, symbol is there, and the voter can see it for himself that it is being cast to the same vote, has been cast to the same candidate of his choice, and it remains there for 7 seconds, and 7 seconds is enough for him to ascertain that it has happened. And the slip then falls into a collecting box here, drop box it's called, and it's collected there, and it is counted at the counting table. So electronically it is pressed here, the print is generated here. Once the print is generated, subsequently once it has been registered here, the print has come out, it is then registered onto the machine. So a beep sound subsequently comes here. So once the voter presses here, what happens first is the light glows here, immediately the voter can see here, it will be there for 7 seconds, and subsequently it is registered in the control unit 2. Here also we get a beep. This is the 3 parts, and normally how do we connect them? The control unit, the VVPAT and the ballot unit. How it is connected? The balloting unit has a cord. This cord is connected to the VVPAT. VVPAT also has a cord. This cord is subsequently connected to the control unit. So the connection is like this: the balloting unit connected to the VVPAT, VVPAT's cord connected to the control unit. So when we press the blue button, the red light across that will glow. The slip is generated. It will remain for 7 seconds. Then it will fall. Beep sound is heard. Okay. This is the normal way in which the vote is registered by the voter. Now, in the election, 2-3 things you have to keep in note. This balloting unit is already sealed by the returning officer and given to you. We have nothing to do in the balloting unit. So balloting unit, you have got the address tag already sealed by the returning officer. We have nothing to do in the balloting unit. The VVPAT, after we conduct the mock poll, there's the drop box has to be sealed. You have to completely remove all the slips of the mock poll, the test slip and the 50 mock poll slips, remove it and seal it and keep it separately. Subsequently check the drop box is empty. Once it is empty, then seal it. There are 2 points where you have to seal, 2 address tags have to be kept here, then this is ready. So this nothing has to be done here, and the only thing that has to be done here is after the mock poll, remove all the slips, then put 2 address tags, seal it, and get signature of all the candidates agents who are present there. So this is over. So this is the way in which you have to be ready for after the mock poll. Now we are going to talk about how to seal the control unit. Before that, we will just make a small detailed description of the control unit. The control unit is going to be placed at the PO3 table, and once the voter comes after getting the indelible ink on his forefinger, signing the 17 register, he moves to the third polling officer along with a slip given to him from the PO2. The PO3 collects the slip, ascertains the mark, indelible ink mark on the forefinger, then he requests the voter to proceed to the voting chamber. Now let us just see what all is there in the control unit. The control unit basically has 4 parts. This is called the display section, this is the candidate set section, this is the result section, and this is the ballot section. So these are the 4 units of the control unit. You have a display section, you have a candidate set section, then you got a result section, and then lower end you got the ballot section. Now during the poll, the machine is handed over to the presiding officer with the candidate section completely sealed by the returning officer. It is sealed and the address tag is there and the signature of the candidate's agents is taken when it is prepared in the returning officer's office. So this will be coming in a sealed way. We have nothing to do with the candidate set section. Now this is the area which we have to prepare. This we will be preparing after we conduct the mock poll, clear all the data from the after the mock poll, check the total once again, ascertain it is 0, then we can make it ready for preparing for the sealing. Now let us talk about the sealing. Whenever you are doing the sealing, it is ideal for us to put the switch off, because unknowingly we should not press any switch on the front, because there are a lot of switches in the front which can accidentally be pressed. To avoid that, you put the switch off and then start preparing the control unit. Now we will talk about the result section. This is the area that has to be prepared by the presiding officer and the polling staff officials. This result section has got an outdoor door. There is a cap which covers the close button. This is how it is visible. An outer door with a flap which covers the close button, which can be removed. At the end of the poll, you can see the close button there. Now this outer lid can be opened by lifting it. Once you open the outer lid, you will find a few things here. This is the close button. Then you have a blue inner door. From the inner door opening, you can find the result and a print. So the outer door and then an inner door. The inner door can be opened by pressing this, putting your fingers carefully between the holes and just lifting it. Pressing it and just levering it, it comes open. Once you open the inner door, you can find another button called the clear button. So this is the different switches that you find inside the result section. You have a close button, you have a result button, you have a print button and a clear button. Inner door has to be closed first, it has to be sealed. It is generally sealed by using a green paper seal. So we will see what a green paper seal is. The inner door of the result section must be sealed by a green paper seal. A green paper seal is essentially a paper where one side you got a print in green color which has got a characteristic number printed on it. So why we keep this is the result can be taken only by tearing this. So it is an additional security that the result is not touched till the actual counting takes place on the day of counting. So that's why we take this extra precaution to seal the result section. So you have a green paper seal. Green paper seal has a marking with a number, characteristic number, which is given to all the candidates' agents, because to know that which seal was used, and they will check the same seal whether it is present at the time of counting. Now we get the signature of all the agents there, so that we know that it is the same paper seal we are going to find on the day of counting, so that it's not tampered. It also will contain the presiding officer's signature. We have to insert this in the inner lid of the inner compartment. Now when you put the paper, you should see that the number is coming up, because the serial number must be shown to the agents at the time of counting. So you should put the papers in such a manner that when you fold it, it has to come and should be visible from outside. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to insert it. There is a small opening and we are going to insert the paper seal there, and almost equal distance we take it, and this is now ready. So when I fold it, when you fold it, the number will be visible at the top. So see, only this thing to be checked is that the number should be visible at the end. So once this is ready, you close the inner door. So that part is over. Now this inner door has to be sealed and closed. For that we make use of a special tag. It's pink in color. The special tag contains the CU number. There is a control unit number has to be written by the presiding officer or the polling officials, and we must get the signature of all the agents who are present to put the signature, and also get the signature of the presiding officer. This special seal has to be placed in such a manner that it goes correctly into this place, and at the same time the close button will be visible. So there is a small cutting for showing the close button after we close the inner door. How do we seal it? We are going to seal it. See the way in which we insert it through it. First, keep it in equal length. Put 2 knots first. So it is fastened there. Subsequently, at a fairly good distance, put a knot together. Then take each one of it and now we can put a knot together. So this is an easy way and perfect way to do it. Each person can do it according to their wish, but this could be the easy way of fixing it. Once you do this, it has to be sealed. A wax has to be placed. So it is sealed. Place it very carefully without affecting the close button. Without affecting the close button should be visible. Then once you do this, close the outer lid. Once the outer lid has been closed, the outer lid also has to be sealed. Put an address tag. So we have first sealed the inner lid. Now we are going to proceed with the sealing of the outer lid. Put an address tag. Get the signatures of the candidates' agents there, as well as the presiding officer's signature. Again, put the seal, wax seal. So the outer lid also has now been sealed. Now we can proceed for the next thing. It's a little bit extra. Fold it properly, uniformly, so that it just fixes on the cover, and the upper half also, because the number has to be visible. If you want, you can just fold it also. So keep it ready. Once you fold it, the number must be visible. Now this has to be fastened with a special paper seal. It's called the strip seal. The strip seal has got pre-gummed 4 spots, A, B, C. You got a pre-gummed portion A pre-gummed portion B, the reverse you got a pre-gummed portion C, and the other end you got a pre-gummed portion D. So this is the special paper seal. Now how do we place it? Place the A portion, remove the outer paper, keep the strip below the close button, because we have to operate the close button towards the end of the pole. Then the lower portion is pressed on it. Now we get the B. The outer paper is removed and it is folded. Once you fold it, you get the pre-gummed portion C. Remove the protective paper on C, and now the upper half is pressed on it, and the number is also visible. Now this strip is made to pass around the machine. See that it is below the close button, go around the machine, behind it, and then the D will come at the top. So remove the protective paper on the pre-gummed D position and press it here. Now you can see part of the number, top of the green paper seal and of the special tag. Now we have the connection ready now. The balloting unit cable is connected to the VVPAT. The VVPAT cable is connected to the control unit. Now what happens when you put on the switch? That's what we are going to show. Once you put on the switch, the green light glows, red light comes and goes off, and it makes a self-checking. VVPAT generates 7 slips by itself. It is self-diagnostic checks slip. Those 7 slips fall into the drop box. You can see it. The CU is doing self-diagnostic checks. It tells you the date of election, time of election. It also tells the serial number of the CU. The CU serial number is on the back also. Please check whether it is the same thing. In this machine, the balloting unit is connected for 16 candidates, so it mentions 16 candidates. It also tells you the battery level in percentage. It is 88% battery. Its charge is 88% now in this. Now it is discovering the units. So control unit now checks what all is attached to it. It's indicating that it is attached to a BU and tells the BU number. It is testing the BU where it's okay. It's mentioning it's okay. It is now checking the VVPAT. It is confirmed that VVPAT also is okay. Now the EVM is ready. So all this is a self-diagnostic check. It is incorporated in the new machine, the M3 machine. Now it is ready. Mock poll. After we conduct the mock poll, we have to show to the candidates agents that the drop box does not contain any slip at all. It has to be shown that it has no slips at all. Okay, this has to be shown to the people. Then close the outer slit, and 2 address tags have to be placed here. There are 2 openings, and the 2 openings should be having 2 separate address tags. So once you do that, the machine is set. Before commencing of the poll, always show the total first. Always the battery power is shown first, and the total votes must be 0. It will show the date of election, time of election, and also the total votes will be shown, and the total votes shown should be 0. Candidate 16, and the total votes should also be shown, and the total vote should be 0 before you start the actual poll. So it is shown as the total votes polled is 0. Now the polling can start. So these are the things that you should be very, very careful. After you conduct the mock poll, remove the 50 slips plus the 7 diagnostic slip, collect them. Behind each of the mock poll slips, put the mock poll seal, collect all the 57, put it into the black cover that is given. It is to be sealed. Subsequently, this the black cover, sealed cover should be put in a plastic box. Inside the plastic box, once it is placed, it should be completely taped with a special tag, and then that also should have the signature of all the candidates, agents, and as well as the presiding officers. And you have ascertained and shown that this does not contain any votes now. The drop box is empty. Subsequently, we have pressed the total and shown that it is 0. Then the poll can start. The first voter, exactly at 7 o'clock, the first voter may be permitted to enter, and then he will be identified. He will put his signature 17A. He will then pass on to the third polling officer, give the voter slip. Then the ballot button will be pressed. Once the ballot button is pressed, this will glow as busy, and this ballot machine will show the green light will glow, it will be ready. So the voter can get into the voting compartment, secret compartment. What does he do? He will have to press the choice of candidate. So once the choice candidate button is pressed, the red light will glow. Subsequently, the print will be shown for 7 seconds, it will fall, and then the beep sound will be heard. So we are going to just demonstrate that. So when we press the blue button, the red light across that will glow. The slip is generated. It will remain for 7 seconds. Then it will fall. Beep sound is heard. Beep sound is heard. This indicates that the vote has been registered in the seal.